You are one click away from a new credit card. The headline promises a pile of points. The benefits page looks like free money. Then you notice the annual fee, a spending deadline, a credit you may never use, and a redemption rule you do not understand. That is the moment to stop. The most important part of a credit card application happens before you click Apply. A review can introduce a card. A title can make it interesting, but neither one can decide whether that card belongs in your wallet. Use this 10-point checklist before any application. If one answer is unclear, do not fill the gap with optimism. Find the official term, change the math, or wait. Check one, give the card one job. Finish this sentence. I want this card to handle blank. Maybe the job is simple cash back on purchases that do not fit another category. Maybe it is groceries at stores that reliably qualify. Maybe it is travel rewards you already know how to redeem. Maybe it is a no foreign transaction fee card for an upcoming trip. The job must be specific enough to test. I want more points is not a job. I want one default card for uncategorized purchases is. Now, compare that job with the cards you already have. If an existing card already does it nearly as well, the new card may be creating overlap rather than value. Write the role down before you look at the offer again. If you cannot name the job, stop the application. Check 2. Verify the payment system before the reward system. Ask whether you can pay the statement balance in full, on time, without using next month's income to rescue this month's spending. A welcome offer does not make planned spending cheaper if the deadline pushes you to buy more than you intended. A rewards rate does not repair a cash flow problem. If the card offers a grace period and you are not carrying a balance, paying in full by the due date can help you avoid interest on purchases. But do not assume every transaction works the same way. Cash advances, balance transfers, and other transaction types can have different fees and interest rules. Rewards only make sense when you pay your statement balance in full and avoid interest. This is educational content, not financial advice. Always verify current card terms directly with the issuer before applying. Check 3. Inspect your credit reports, not just a score in an app. AnnualCreditReport.com currently provides free weekly online reports from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and it is the site authorized by federal law for these reports. Review all 3. Look for accounts you do not recognize, incorrect balances, duplicate information, or personal details that do not belong to you. Do this before the application, not after a denial or an identity theft surprise. If you find an error, follow the official dispute process. Do not use a new application as a diagnostic test. A new credit card application usually creates a hard inquiry, and the CFPB says that inquiry affects your credit score. That does not tell you how much your score will change, and it does not predict approval. It simply means the click has a real consequence. Apply because the card passed your system, not because you are curious. Also check whether your reports are frozen. A freeze is a useful identity protection tool, but it can block the access needed for a new account. If your reports are frozen, plan the temporary lift before you apply. The FTC says placing and lifting a freeze is free. Do not guess which bureau an issuer will use unless the issuer tells you. Check 4. Verify the exact application channel. Open the issuer's official application page. Confirm the product name and the legal issuer. Then save the offer details you actually see. A screenshot or PDF can preserve the date, headline, spending requirement, deadline, fee, and important eligibility language shown to you. Do not assume that a review, referral link, mailed offer, and public application page are identical. Do not use an old screenshot as today's term. The page attached to your application is the one that matters. Then find the pricing disclosure. Read the annual fee, purchase APR structure, balance transfer fee, cash advance fee, foreign transaction fee, late payment terms, and the grace period language. You are not searching for the smallest print as a ritual. You are identifying every way the card can cost money. The CFPB says, a cardholder agreement covers items such as fees and APR, and its agreement database can be a useful backup. For a specific application, however, use the current issuer page and the disclosure attached to that offer as your source of truth. Check 5. Translate the welcome offer into a calendar. Do not begin with the headline number. Begin with the required spending, the deadline, and the date you expect to receive and activate the card. List the expenses already scheduled inside that window. Normal groceries, utilities that accept cards without an excessive fee, insurance, travel you had already planned, or another predictable bill. Exclude purchases you would invent to reach the target. Exclude any payment where the processing fee consumes the value. Exclude returns, cash-like transactions, and anything the offer terms say does not qualify. If your natural spending does not clear the requirement with room for timing mistakes, the offer does not fit your calendar. A bonus you reach by overspending is not a bonus. And verify eligibility language before assigning any value to the offer. The CFPB has specifically warned about rewards being devalued and about rewards being blocked by buried or vague conditions. The safe number for an offer you may not qualify for is 0 until the official terms say otherwise. Check 6. Test the earning categories against real transactions. Pull the last 90 days of spending. Group purchases by the merchant that posted, not by the label in your budget. Your idea of groceries, travel, dining, or online shopping may not match the network and issuer's category rules. For each advertised multiplier, ask 4 questions. Which merchants qualify? Is there a spending cap? Does the category require activation? What does the card earn after the cap or outside the category? Then compare the new card with a realistic alternative. Suppose you expect to put $10,000 a year on the card. A simple 2% fallback would produce $200 in this illustration. The new card needs to beat that result after its fee, caps, missed categories, and the effort required to manage it. Do not use maximum possible spending in every bonus category. Use your spending, at merchants you already choose, with the rewards that would actually post. Check 7. Choose the redemption before you value the points. Write down the exact way you expect to use the reward. Statement credit, bank deposit, travel booked through an issuer portal, transfer to an airline or hotel program, gift card, merchandise. Now verify the steps, minimums, restrictions, and current value for that method. If the attractive value requires a transfer partner you do not use, award space you cannot find, or a portal price you would not otherwise accept, that is not your value. Use a conservative redemption you can repeat. Flexible points are not automatically flexible for you. Cashback is not automatically simple if redemption has thresholds or restrictions. The reward becomes real only when you can explain the path from purchase to usable value. Check 8. Value credits at the amount of spending they replace. Imagine a hypothetical card with a $395 annual fee and a $300 collection of credits. Marketing math may call the net cost $95. But suppose only $180 of those credits replaces purchases you already planned. The other $120 requires a different merchant, extra trips, or spending you would not have made. Your honest starting cost is $215, not $95. Now add realistic rewards and compare the full result with your existing setup. Do not count a benefit at face value because it appears in a list. Count the amount that reduces your normal spending with acceptable effort. For every credit or perk, verify enrollment, eligible merchants, frequency, expiration, portal requirements, and whether unused value rolls over. If you need a monthly reminder, include that maintenance cost in the decision. Check 9. Test the card in the rest of your life. Confirm the payment network is accepted where you plan to use it. Check whether authorized users cost extra if that matters to your household. Decide who will track the bill, the spending deadline, the credits, and the annual fee date. If you are planning a major loan soon, do not treat a rewards application as an isolated decision. The hard inquiry and new account become part of your broader credit profile. That does not create a universal weighting rule. It creates a reason to consider the timing and, when the stakes are high, get qualified guidance for your situation. This is also where simplicity gets a vote. A card that wins by $20 but adds 12 reminders, a new portal, and a second redemption currency may be a bad system upgrade. Check 10. Decide what happens in year 2. Set a calendar reminder before the next annual fee. Save the original reason you opened the card, the recurring benefits you expect to use, and the value that would make the card worth keeping. Do not assume a downgrade, upgrade, retention offer, or product change will be available. Those options can depend on the issuer, the account, and the products available at that time. Verify them when the decision arrives. Your plan can be simple. Keep the card if its recurring value and role still beat the fee and complexity. Ask the issuer about current product change options if the role remains, but the fee does not. Or consider closing only after reviewing the account-specific consequences and handling any rewards appropriately. The goal is not to predict the future. It is to prevent the first renewal from feeling like a surprise. Now run the final stoplight test. Green means the card has one clear job. You can pay in full. Your reports are accurate and accessible. The exact offer and pricing terms are saved. Natural spending meets any requirement. Real transactions fit the categories. The redemption path is usable. Credits replace planned spending. The card fits your household. And the year 2 plan makes sense. Yellow means one answer depends on a term you have not verified. Pause and resolve it. Red means you need debt to reach the reward. The card has no distinct job. The math depends on spending you would not do, or the application is driven by fear of missing out. Stop. The issuer page is the source of truth. Your statements are the source of truth about your behavior. The checklist connects the two. A strong application decision should feel almost boring. You know the job, the cost, the calendar, the redemption, and the exit. You are not hoping the card will become useful after it arrives. Before your next application, open a blank note and write 10 lines. Role, payment, reports, channel, offer, categories, redemption, credits, fit, and year 2. If every line has a verified answer, you have a decision. If not, you have a reason to wait. Subscribe for the next lesson, where we turn this same discipline into an annual wallet audit and clean up the cards you already have. Keep every card in one clear system with CardsNest. Scan the QR code to download.